So you mentioned when you first got there, right? What was that like? You know, so you had no idea about what you're getting into, but what was the culture like? What was the people like? What was it like in the first few days and months for you?
Oh, yeah, such a good question. Because again, I think I was very lucky to just stumble with this gym, with this amazing community. Because I think that also kind of brands your experience of the sport, right? Like if you sign up to a sport that you've never done and obviously the environment is not good, you're going to have a bad idea and a bad experience of the sport in general.
Absolutely.
Even if in reality, it's not the sport's fault, it's the gym's fault, I would say. So I was very lucky to stumble on a very positive community and environment. And I don't know, I was just so fucking excited. So again, even if I knew, I was like, I know I'm bad at this. I remember after the first class, I was kind of like lost, thinking like, what was that? But also I'm in love. And I remember like trying to research as much as possible, because also jiu-jitsu is very technical. You know how much vocabulary you have to learn.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, when somebody tells you like,
you have no idea what
grade to half guy, you're like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I remember like trying to do so much research, gi, no gi, what I should wear, like even the fact that the class was split was something I did not know. And so I just remember going to class, and it's because I think the thing that it's so particular about jiu-jitsu is, and I'm sure you will relate, is that it's so humbling. So even after a month, you walk in thinking, I know nothing. So I remember the first classes, I was basically, whenever I would pairing up with obviously somebody I did not know, I would be like, I'm sorry, this is like my fourth class. Sorry if I'm so slow. I'm trying to like, register everything happening around me. But at the same time, obviously, the more you go, the less clueless.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then I think for me, what I really started enjoying, it's the fact that obviously people start to recognize you. Then it's not like, it's so daunting when you have to pair with a stranger, but it's totally different when you're like, oh, that guy or that girl, like we're friends. It's all gonna get like, we're gonna drill again. Important question. Gi or no gi?
No gi.
Oh, thank God.
No gi. You know, it's funny because it's funny you say that, because when I first started, I liked both. I liked gi also because I could learn more technical aspects of jiu-jitsu. I was like, I need to learn the stuff. But then as you get better and better at jiu-jitsu, when you start facing people who start, I guess, trying hard against you, getting choked by your own clothing is not fun.
No.
It makes the sport way more slower.
I think because what I love about jiu-jitsu is that I think it's such a asshole sport. Like, don't get me wrong, to get punched on the face, it's quite infuriating. But to get choked, it's even more like sadistic in a way.
Yeah.
But then if you choke me with my own clothes, it's like you're making fun of me.
You're making fun of me.
Like it's even more insulting.
It's more, and it's also like when you can't get away. It's like when the person has you in a choke and you can't get away, and then like because they can always have a hold on you and the grippling and then all the aspect of it, and then your hands from all the grippling. I remember after my first session, it was just like this the whole day. I was like, yeah, no, this is a lot.
Yeah, especially with the fact that I need to be drawing with my hands. I did my first class in gi, and I literally cut myself open, like I was bleeding my fingers, because I did not tape myself. When you see people taping, you're like, oh yeah, the black belts, they're competing, like that's for like veterans, you know? No. Every somebody told me like, you better like protect your hands, because I mean, maybe my skin is sensitive or something, but yeah, I remember thinking like, oh my God, this is gonna give me arthritis or something. And it's annoying because I bought the gi even before assessing if I liked it or not. And I still feel like I want to learn, and I respect the tradition because that's literally like the traditional way to do the sport. But no, yeah, I hate when people grab you by your sleeves and you can't even.
And you can't move and you can't go anywhere. Yeah, I think no gi also, like, to balance that out, no gi was like so fun.
Yeah.
Especially when you're facing someone around, even at the beginning, I found it fun, like just like running around. They call me Drew or so at my gym because I'm always like energy. I'm always just like, if you try to grab me, I grab out of it and then I'm back again. And just because I like that kind of like go aspect. And you face people who like flow roll is so.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. You cannot, I think especially as a beginner, you kind of like imprint on them. So like, I want to always spar with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've got people like that where you always like, okay, as soon as the sparring is on, you find them, you're like, let's go.
Yes.
You got a little competition going between you guys every session.
I don't know if you have the same, but like I have a different style of fighting depending on who I'm with.
Absolutely.
So there's the guy that we go really rough together. There's the guy that's all floral, and that allows you to do the weird stuff, because obviously as a white belt, you know that you don't know, and sometimes you improvise, and sometimes you fail, sometimes you get lucky. But having the team player or like your teammate that allows you to do those things, I think is so important, because the opposite would be feeling so
smothered almost.
Yeah, or insecure. Like it's bad when it's good to be conscious that you don't know stuff, but it's bad when it makes you self-conscious.
Yeah.
Then you don't want to try anything.
Yeah, and then you get like too overwhelmed by the whole thing, and then you don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like those people, that's why I really like the people that you kind of start on the same level with, where it's like, okay, like we both know you don't know. So like when we're facing these guys, we're just trying to like not get submitted.
Yeah.
But we're whole half. I remember
Escape.
Literally, just escape. And then like so many times I've been saved by the belt, and I'm like, oh, I lasted the round. I didn't get submitted. And I'm like, they're like happy I did not get submitted by this like 16-year-old guy.
But I think that's, I think that's a really good goal to have as a white belt, because then when an upper belt gets impressed by the fact that you have escaped so many times,
absolutely,
it feels so good.
It does.
And also because everybody is trying to submit you, so of course after a while, like man, I've been spending months just escaping arm bars. Everybody's arm bar me.
Yeah. Mine is leg locks. Everybody tries to leg lock me, and I'm like, because I always, you know what it is, because it's my fault. I don't learn, so I always go with my legs. Especially when I'm on my back. I'm always like trying to like, and then like, okay, I'll just grab your leg. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, actually, don't do that, Jeff. Go and to learn to do more steps and stuff like that. But I had a question. You mentioned about humbling experience. Talk to me about that. What did jiu-jitsu teach you? Like about yourself? I think, humbling for me was one of them too. But what else did jiu-jitsu teach you about yourself? What did you learn?
Well, first of all, it made me realize that I love fighting, because if you remember when I said like that, the thing that I really didn't like about karate was because I don't know if you know anything about karate.
A little. I mean, there's forms, right?
Yeah. Katas.
No.
So it's basically like you do fighting positions, but obviously there's no opponent. It's just you against yourself kind of thing. And obviously it's about posture and technique and strength and all of that. And obviously it's impressive. I'm not trying to, devalue that. But I remember thinking like, I want to have an opponent in front of me. I don't want to just do the practicing stuff. Oh my God, with jiu-jitsu was like, like you get confronted with somebody else that maybe is stronger, maybe is taller, maybe it's better in the sense of like has more experience. And I truly love that. And I think another cue or something that it made me realize that I was like, yeah, of course I love it, because I used to wrestle with my sister when we were little. We were horrible. Like I feel bad for my mom, because we used to honestly fight just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
So I remember looking back and thinking, yeah, this is exactly what I used to do with my sister. So that, and also the fact, tell me if you feel the same, but one of the reasons why I love sparring so much is because there's a moment where you are thinking so much. Like jiu-jitsu is very much, I think, mind over body. So there's an element of thinking and strategizing and calculating, and the time just slows down. And I think what this sports really teaches you, or like one of the things it teaches you, is thinking under pressure. Like truly, you cannot panic. So I think, I don't know, maybe this is not true, but I think it will lead us to that point, some point of unlearning panicking.
I completely agree. I'm just nodding because I agree. I think especially when you realize that panicking gets you nowhere. Like if you panic in a bad situation, you just made it worse.
Yeah.
And the person's going to submit you. Or like, and I feel like there's some lessons where if you embody it, you learn it quicker. The jiu-jitsu is one of those things where it's like if you see it happen to you multiple times over like sparring, like the whole and he's boom boom, okay, next time don't panic, next time don't try to struggle, or like don't waste your energy. And it's like, if you take stuff like that, I always say it's like taking a situation of life and like kind of putting it in a sporting atmosphere. So you can learn so much in that like 5-minute rounds or 6-minute rounds, right? But you can apply it to life, you know, like you said, don't panic, you know, like you said, always remain calm, you know, like it's just loads of things about just strategizing. And I think there is something to be said about embodying a lesson. You know, it's like we have so much of our reasoning now is up here. All of our, the society we have kind of right now is all intellectual. But what jiu-jitsu does is it kind of brings it to the body, where if you think, you've already lost, because it takes too much time to think about a thing, then process it through your body. You have to act on instinct. You kind of have to just like, okay, he moved, I have to just go, you know, like reacting to other person's reactions, why they react to your reactions, it's too quick for you to try to like kind of reason that out. And so you have to let your reason mind go to rest. When it's reason telling you to tap because this person is strangling you, and you realize, no, actually they might get tired. Let me hold on. Let me put my finger here because my finger might help me breathe a little bit. It's overriding that, and I think that's so important.
Yeah,
you know.
It's on that point. Actually, I think another thing that jiu-jitsu can teach you is to watch out on your arrogance, because I think most of the times when people hurt themselves in jiu-jitsu is because they have the arrogance of, oh, I'm not gonna tap, like I can just like push through this, and then your knee pops.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. I mean that's one thing they teach, I think, at every gym, like just tap. Like I think they big on that at my gym too. It's like, okay, like we're all friends here. We're not like competing.
Yeah.
You know. And like, I'm not trying to hurt you. So they'll be like, what are you doing? Tap. They'll just, even though they have it holding, they'll tell you like, what are you doing? Like, So I think that's really important to have a gym where people aren't just trying to like, you know, macho themselves. It's just like, we're just trying to learn a thing. And humility is so important. I think the first 6 months of jiu-jitsu is the most humbling thing I've ever done in my life.
I agree.
Because I was bad every day.
Yeah. And I do think it's interesting the fact of, I don't know, I never been so bad at something, but at the same time I cannot dislike it.
Yes. Yeah.
Usually, for example, let's take drawing for example, right? Or like writing for me, honestly. I don't think I'm a good writer, and I think I postponed writing for 25 years of my life, because every time I would read something I wrote, I was like, ew. And that wasn't really, encouraging to keep writing.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu, oh my God, it's truly like, it tricks your brain into thinking, like, almost like I don't care that I suck. I just want to keep going.
Keep going, yeah. And that's the best way to learn.
So fun.
That's the best way to learn. You mentioned you're a writer, and also you're an artist, and also now you're a jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Yay.
What does that say about, because I often think about this, what does that say about the identity people hold, or people like kind of put in themselves, because someone would say that, like, if you're a rider, you shouldn't be doing combat sports. So if you're combat sports, you shouldn't be painting, doing paintings and stuff like that. But you've learned something because you've done this. What have you learned? What do you think that says about the identities people hold on themselves?
I think